WeatherWise to integrate the data from EHAB into your P6 schedule. So you're going to want to head over to integrations, schedule integrations, and the first thing you need to do is go through the step-by-step configure report process. So step one is to add a location. I've already got a location, so I'm going to head over to my Ottawa project. And so you need to make sure you've got a project and a site. But if you just click create new site, then it will automatically create that for you. Then the next thing you're going to want to do is click into weather rules. You can review them. You don't necessarily have to make any changes, but as long as you click onto this step, then that will tick that step. We always encourage you to review the rules that are going to be going into your plan. Then you want to import your plan. So this is literally as simple as getting your XCR file and dropping it in here. I'm just going to get one of the plans that I already have. So I'm going to get my baseline plan. And then in assign categories, what you'll see is automatic categorization and manual categorization. If for whatever reason a red error message appears here, please just flick over to the manual categorization space. Wait until your activities load in. You should see them load in. You can, of course, match them manually in here by selecting the drop down. You can type in this box, so you can search for concrete, for example. You can filter to drainage, for example, and you'll see just drainage type activities come up. So you can do manual categorization if you want to. The larger the plan, obviously, the longer it might take for you to do that. But if you head over to automatic categorization, that's what we always encourage you to do, which is where you can, using this drop down, select your activity codes. So you may have a whole list of activity codes, lots of different types, and you can use any of those to match categories in EHAB to them. So you can see here I've already got my categories named in the same format as the EHAB ones, so it becomes pretty easy. It's just a case of this is asphalt, so I need to match it up. But I will just show you, once you change that, you then need to click apply. And when you click apply, it will then filter and it will add all of the activities in here. And so remember, when you're matching your activity to your category code, that's what's going to be associating the calendar to your activity. And the weather rules that are in here are determining what the down days are in your calendars. So you are welcome to go and change these rules, and that is what will determine the likelihood of exception days appearing in your calendars. All of the data is already sitting behind here, so it's already the weather data for Ottawa or for whatever location you've entered, and that is underlying this. And so all of the kind of process around having to grab the data, figure out where it sits, what the rules are, we take care of all of that for you. So we've done step 4. We've now got 4 of 4 steps configured. And so now this area below has unlocked. And we could do Asta, but today we're doing Oracle Primavera P6. And you'll be watching this video, which will have appeared here. And what you want to do is then, I'll explain each of these types, but I'm going to show you the top type. But it will be a similar approach for each of these now. So linking tasks to EHAB calendars. What this means is we're going to export when we click export project, and you can select either project or global, but I'm going to go for project today. You'll export a project which has all of your activities. The original calendars from those activities will have been copied, and if there is weather risk associated to the activity that you've selected, i.e. you've selected asphalt with asphalt type activities, then an asphalt calendar will be associated to that activity, and that will have additional exception days that have been added in there. We will add those exception days on the days of the week that are most likely to be weather days in that week. So that means if you're on a 5-day working calendar and the 2 weather days that are supposed to be happening that week happen on the weekend, no additional weather days will be added. Whereas if it's Friday and Saturday, then the Friday additional day will be added. So we always make sure to add just the most likely activities, days in the week that will be down days. You could also pull in a XCR which has all your activities, and the EHAB calendar is also in there, but they've not yet been associated. So this may be useful for certain use cases. Of course, you can select project and global, as I already mentioned. And then what you can also get is an empty project. So what this would be is purely the calendars, and just the calendars that you can then basically import and update your existing project with, and add new project calendars or add global calendars as well. So those are the various options. What I'm going to show you now is going onto P6 and what you need to do to add your tasks with link to tasks with EHAB calendars. Right, flicking over to P6. So now that we're in P6, then what you're going to want to do is basically import your file. So go File, Import. You're going to want to select XER. You're going to want to keep project selected. And what I've been uploading is my project calendars. I could upload the global as well, but I'm just going to stick with project. And I'm going to go next. And you need to remember to click import to and make sure that that's the plan that you're hoping to update. So at this stage, you want to then click modify and scroll down until you get to project calendars. And it's currently set as to keep existing, but we want to update existing. Okay, that's all you need to modify. Then click next and click finish. And close, and that is the import process. So now my project has its new calendars with EHAB advanced weather calendars. So let's open the project. So I've opened my activities, which you can see in here, and I've just clicked on one of my activities down here, and I'm going to go activity details. This will open up the details, and on the general tab we can see there's an activity calendar selected, which is called corporate standard full-time EHAB weather cladding. So basically, corporate standard full-time is the original calendar name. So that was the 5-day working week with holidays in there. And then we've added the cladding type activity to this. So what we can do as well is go to enterprise, go to calendars, and then you'll see there's various calendars in here. So I'll go to the cladding calendar and I will modify it. And what we can just look is, so in June, there are no weather days in the week because we've just got our Saturday and Sunday blocked out. If we start heading back in April, there's one Friday. In March, we start to see a few days. February is pretty much a wipeout, and so is January, and then we go into December, and it's starting to clear up again, and November's got a few. So that's what it will look like when you've got your EHAB exception days marked out. We'll have copied the original days. We'll add the exception days. And of course, you can see that there's various calendars that have been added in here according to the rules that we had selected in the EHAB platform. So that's all you have to do to get those calendars into P6. Thanks so much for listening, and see you next time.